So you want to get your island to 3 stars. Hey guys, Untitled Cloud here. Welcome back to the channel. So this video is going to be how to get your island to 3 stars from when you've either reset it or you've just started a new game. One of my subscribers asked me to do this video on how to get a 3-star island, so this is how I got my island to a 3-star island from nothing. I don't remember the specifics exactly on how I did it, but I just did it really quickly because, you know, I needed this pathing. So a lot of people want to get their island to a 3-star island because they want to terraform, like behind me, they want to terraform and they want to put down pathing and things like that. And they also want to get KK Slider to the island. You also need a Nintendo Online account in order to get some of this pathing that I've downloaded. Most likely your island looks a little bit like this. So what you want to do is you want to pick up all of the weeds, okay? Tip number 1 is pick up as many weeds as you can and sell them to Timmy and Tommy, and you will make bells, okay? You'll be ringing in those bells, okay? Not really, but it's an easy way to make bells. And they only go negative against your evals. Tip number 2 is to continuously keep going to Tom Nook and ask him, what should I do? He will tell you what you need to do. So I already put my bridge down and you only need 1 bridge. It says on the website that you need like 3 or something like that, but I only had 1 and I still to this day only have 1 bridge for my 3-star island. So you don't, but he will give you some housing kits and you need to put them down on around your island. So you need to find an area for them. You cannot get to a 3-star island without having 7 villagers. You also need to upgrade from a tent to a house. You do not have to like upgrade your house once you get to a house. You just need to go from a tent to a house. And the number 1 main important thing is you need to pay for Deserted Island Getaway Package, but Tom Nook will talk you through how to do that, and you've probably already done that if you're clicking on this video, like you've probably gotten that far. So once Tom Nook gives you these plots to put down, you can put them anywhere. It does not make a difference, but I will keep in mind that you can move them. It only costs like 10,000 bells to move them. They're so easy to move, but maybe put them on the beach so when you're working on your island, it could be easier that way. If your beach is full, then I just put them to like one side. You do have to craft and submit some items that you will make, and it will tell you what you need in order to get the villagers to move in. Just keep that in mind. You do need to have a lot of resources, so you might need to do a little bit of traveling to different islands and hit some rocks just to like gather all those resources. So basically at this point, if you've done everything that I've told you to do, Tom Nook will announce that the resident services will be closed for a day because it is being upgraded from a tent to an actual building, which is where you get Isabelle. At this point, this is a really important part because without Isabelle, you cannot get to a 3-star island. Either time travel and skip 2 days and then it will be ready, or you can just play the game how it is, and then once you relog into the game and it's a new day and the resident services tent is gone and it's all loaded in, you will be greeted by Isabelle and Tom Nook when you walk into resident services. When I was getting my island to a 3-star island, I was not time traveling or doing treasure islands. I was actually playing the game as, you know, Nintendo probably intended for us to play the game, but you know, after a while, it gets a little boring. So you want, you know, some spicy nuggets instead of regular nuggets. Like sometimes you need it. So Tom Nook will let you know that he is now at this counter and that he will only do construction, and Isabelle will introduce herself as somebody who you can go to if you need help, and that includes island evaluations. But there's a few things first before that will pop up. You can speak to Isabelle about other residents, but let me tell you something. She don't want to deal with the drama. She out. She don't want to deal with this. She'll tell you and she'll start sweating. But you can change your flag with Isabelle. So basically, you want to go to Tom Nook and get the campsite construction recipe kit. And you need this because you need to take this campsite villager. So basically, you just craft it and then you find somewhere in your island to put it down. You can also go to Tom Nook to like move a house or add a bridge or incline. So basically, once you have got all the resources and crafted this campsite construction kit, you basically just find a place to put it down. You can also change it and move it later, so it's not like really a big deal where you put it. Like, don't get into the nitty-gritty. Yeah, it does cost bells, but you can easily make bells, and I can do another video on how to easily make bells. You can literally go to Treasure Islands and just steal all the bells if this is how you want to play the game, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay, so then you have to wait until there is a campsite villager, and then you just have to go in. You have to face it head on, and hopefully your campsite villager will not be as scary as mine, because for real, mine was not cute. And the one thing to remember here is that yes, you might have to take the campsite villager, but you don't have to keep them. Eventually they will get the bubble and they will want to move out, because I managed to get rid of Olaf. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to get rid of him. Like, one day he had that bubble above his head, and now he's away with the Donkey Kongs, okay? He's away with the Donkey Kongs, and if you have not watched my villager hunting videos, you know how I feel about the Donkey Kong villagers, okay? And the chickens, so if you haven't watched them, you should watch them. I live stream my villager hunts all the time on Twitch and through YouTube, so I'm just saying you should go check them out. They're pretty funny. Basically, you will end up forcing yourself to take this villager without your consent, and you have to ask him to live here, and then you have to go back to Tom Nook and let him know that you convinced this villager to move here with you. Tom Nook will then force you to pay 10,000 bells to get another house plot, and then you will find somewhere to put it down, and then you will wake up the next day traumatized that you have been forced to move in a villager you dislike. One major thing that you should not do is this, okay? I do this. Don't do this. Don't be me. Don't put stuff everywhere. It goes negatively towards your island, but one thing that you should do is plant lots and lots of flowers. On the wiki it says 200, although I'm not so sure that I even planted that many, because, you know, I didn't have that much time, but I don't think I planted 200, but keep planting flowers. Also, don't forget to water your flowers often, okay? Water your flowers, because the thing is, you'll need them to decorate your island when you're ready to actually do up your island. You can get different ones every week from Nook's Cranny, and they change every single week, or you can go and get them from Leaf, who comes to your island once a week, and he will have different flowers than usually what's in Nook's Cranny. Also, plant trees. You need to at least have a good amount of trees. According to the wiki, you need to have at least 100 trees, but I'm pretty sure you start out with a good amount of trees anyway, but just, you know, add a couple of trees. It don't hurt. Basically, a lot of the things that you need to craft need wood, so just plant some trees and just keep knocking them down. Tip number 8 is you need to actually craft some recipes and just put furniture anywhere around your island. It doesn't matter. You need around 40 items. It does not have to be aesthetically pleasing at this minute. You can always change it later. Tip number 9 is Nook will give you some fencing, and you need to put that down. Put all 50 down. It doesn't have to be like decorated. You don't have to actually decorate your island yet. Just put it down anywhere you want. Put all 50 pieces down. I think I put 30 down, so it isn't exact science of 50, but just put all the fencing that he gives you down. Another thing that I want to mention is, not sure that it's absolutely necessary, but basically upgrade your Nook's Cranny. Upgrade to Able Sister. So keep buying things from the Able, like when Able comes, keep buying things. Keep buying things at like Nook's Cranny before it gets upgraded, and then eventually once you buy so many things, you will get the option to upgrade it. So basically, if you've done all those things that I have told you to do at this point, you should be able to go to Isabel and have a little look at your island evals. Isabel will give you hints if you're not quite at 3 stars and where you need to improve to get 3 stars. She gives you like little hints, like sometimes she'll say like there's too much clutter in the island, or that you need more fencing, or things like that. She'll let you know. So basically, Isabel will now tell you that, you know, you've got a solid reputation, and she will tell you the feedback that she's gathered, and generally it will be positive feedback. And then she's not even noticing that you're at a 3-star island. Like, she doesn't even notice, but then Tom Nook's like, whoa, wait a minute. That was signed by KS. And that's it. It's KK. So Isabel didn't even notice that KK Slider himself has written an evaluation on your island, and that basically he can come to the island now and party up. Let's make them bells. Let's make them bells. That's all Tom Nook is thinking about, is getting KK Slider to the island so he can make more money. So yeah, basically that's how I got my island to a 3-star island, and I did it pretty fast. Like, I literally did it in a couple of weeks. You could probably do it in a whole day, or maybe in like a couple of days if you time travel. And time travel is easy, and it does not mess up your game at all, by the way. If you have reached 3 stars, you do not get it the same day, the construction app. You have to wait for the next day or until KK Slider arrives at your island, and then Tom Nook will be in front of your house telling you that he's got a new app for you. And then KK will put on his beautiful concert with his beautiful singing voice, and that's pretty much it. You have made it to 3 stars, and you are ready to now terraform your whole island. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe. If you made it to the end of this video, you should subscribe, I'm telling you. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other video ideas that you want me to do, then go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. I always respond to every single one of my comments. I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you in the next one.